For every helpful member of the public, there's always one who refuses to play ball. It's after midnight, and Chris and Mike are planning a late-night shop before hitting the motorway.
Oh, I can't do another kebab.
No, I can't. I might get some fruit from Asda.
I need some cereal and that from Asda, if that's alright with you.
It's so easy just to eat all that. It's just convenient, isn't it?
But before they can fill up, Mike spots something ahead.
I've just seen a car go past, all headlights on, and hazard warning lights flashing as if the alarm's going off, and not really hanging about either.
In the distance you can see this Civic driving in the middle of the 3 lanes, and it's undertaking everybody.
The cops follow the car into a nearby supermarket on the Bradford Ring Road. But it looks like midnight snacks could be off the menu for everyone.
The supermarket was shut, so it's not like we were short of space to pull over, but the cars decided to drive all the way to the front door and stop.
I'm off.
And then this is where it began to become a little bit, maybe this is not as straightforward as we thought. Yeah, he's giving me a look thinking, what is this woman doing? She did just turn her back on him. She totally just ignored him.
Have you got a second, my love, or are we just going to... No, are we just going to talk to all the children, or are you just going to talk to me?
No, I will do. Sorry, let me just calm down there.
They seem absolutely fine. They're all sat laughing and smiling. So you just want to jump out of the car? You just want to jump out of the car for a second, my love?
I will do. Give me 1 second.
The kids were really nice. I don't think at first they really understood what was happening, and they were quite happy playing. We're just quite excited to see a policeman, it seemed, all looking forward, looking at me, smiling and happy.
She may well be pissed. I think she is.
Sweetheart. Right, do you just want to jump out of the car, my love? This is the last chance I'm going to ask before I'm going to help you get out of the car, all right? You just want to jump out of the car for me, please? We'll just have a quick chat. Yeah.
No problem.
We think this woman's drunk.
Do you just want to jump in the back of our car for 2 seconds? We just have a quick chat about your driving.
When she did get out of the car, it was just argumentative straight away.
Do you want to just jump in the back of our car if you don't mind, please, my love? You want to just jump in the back of the car then, please?
This was probably going to be more work than we initially thought.
What's your name, my love? What?
Sorry?
Is it Noreen?
Yeah.
Yeah, Noreen Akhtar.
No.
What's your surname?
Simon Noreen.
It's what, sorry?
Simon Noreen.
The lady's name doesn't match the registered keeper of the car.
Right. And whose car is it then?
It's my mate's.
Noreen, I just need to check your ID.
No,
Noreen, you need to listen to me.
By all means.
I need to check your ID, my love, so can you just pass me your right pointy finger? This finger here.
The fingerprint device is linked to the police national computer. It should save time by instantly telling the cops who they're dealing with. But it depends on the woman cooperating.
Where?
The camera. Noreen,
fine,
pass me your right pointy finger.
Say it nicely.
That finger there, please, now.
Say it nicely, I'll give you it
I just
anyway.
said please now, pass you that finger.
Yeah, I'm going to give you it anyway.
Right.
She's being quite awkward here. This is a straightforward 5 seconds of time. Put your finger on there and we'll find out who you are.
Right, let go.
Put it on the screen. Where are you putting it?
You. There.
Right, so I need to hold on to it while
no,
it lights
you don't.
up.
I'll do it.
When Eddie gets up here,
Thank
we're
you.
shuffling with kids.
Well, it ain't ready. That's why I'm saying I don't put your finger on there yet.
That turned out to be, again, a lot more difficult than it normally is.
Now, your left one, please. Same finger, same screen. Quickly, because it
nice.
resets and we're going to have to do
I'll
it again.
Be nice a bit,
well, it's got to reset it.
I'll do
it now,
go.
then.
Don't touch me. Thank
Mum's
you.
time-wasting antics means the cops can't get a positive reading on her fingerprints.
We're just waiting for someone else to come up to us now. We can't leave the 4 children in the car, so we're going to see if we can get someone to come up and babysit in effect until we can find out where she actually lives.
A simple stop check is turning into something more complicated, taking 2 motorway cops from more important duties. But the cops have no choice, as Mum, and now the kids, are proving to be a bit of a handful.
Are you all right? You want your mum? We're just talking to your mum first. Can I jump in? Can I open the door? Yeah. All we're doing is having a quick chat to your mum, all right? It's nothing to worry about. Your mum might need to come help us. She might just have to come with us just for a bit. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of my friends to come up and take you all home.
What's your badge number?
It's right there.
Write it down for me.
Nope.
Oh, don't you have a pen? Oh no, because you...
I've got a pen here.
You want to write it down for me, innit?
No, don't think so.
No.
Nope.
I just want to have a look.
Get off me. Don't touch me again. I'm not allowed to touch you. So
Well,
don't
then
you
you touch me, didn't you? I
don't
just want
touch
to look at
me.
your badge number.
Sit back in the seat.
Shut the...
Sit
what's your
back
badge
in the
number?
seat now.
It was a total tirade of foul language. Ain't first time I've heard it, but to that sort of level and from that sort of person, a middle-aged woman, you just don't expect it.
I'm not... No, give me your badge number.
Am I swearing at you? Sit back in your seat.
I'm not moving my butt, so...
Sit back in your
Shut... I've not moved out of my
in your
seat.
seat.
Give me your badge
Sit
number.
back in your
Give me...
seat.
Here, give me your badge number.
No, it's there. You can read it.
I can't see it. If I could, I would have told you.
Don't touch me. Sit back in your seat.
634.
Sit back in your seat.
I move, bitch!
What's going to happen next? It became ridiculous, so there's no way we're letting that carry on for much longer.
Not having this.
What?
She's getting handcuffed.
I'm going to say, yeah, she's fast, isn't she?
Yeah. Hand. Give me a hand.
He's lying. He's lying. And touch him. You're your dead asshole.
You alright, mate?
Give me a hand.
It's all, we're not good. We're just having a quick chat with us, all. We're just...
No, he's not.
And this is where it became, the kids then start to get a little bit agitated. They see the mum getting handcuffed.
We just
He's
need, she
been
needs to
nasty.
help us do something.
I'm not...
Round the back, is it?
It's all right, don't worry.
Give me hand.
We just, can I just shut that door? Can you
Give
mind
me
your
your
business?
other hand.
We become almost a pawn right in the middle of that situation where she's trying to use her kids against us. If I was to start shouting back at her, she's already annoyed, and that's going to make her even worse, which ultimately is going to make my job even harder.
Two of us may look heavy-handed, but in the long run, it's not one of us really struggling and having to fight with a woman. It's two of us controlling her and handcuffing her in a safe manner.
Ow! You're squashing my foot with the... You're happy now? I'm just asking for her. Why are you being nasty?
Go and sit back.
When we put the handcuffs on, we assumed that the problem was over then, but it just got worse again.
You better open this door. Yes!
She's got the handcuffs on, they're at the front of her, and she's now using them to try smash the window.
Call the game breaking blind, I can't break it. Open the door.
Pass me keys.
You know, just tell me, just tell me.
Look at the window. It's not smashed yet, but it isn't far off.
Get it, Tooth Manning.
You ready?
Yes, sir. I have to stay with these, love room. Ow!
We're trying to stop the mum creating, to stop the kids creating, but the more we try and stop her, the more wound up she gets, the more wound up they get.
Shut up! Don't speak to me!
Just ridiculous. She's a total disgrace. And it's total state.
Yes, sir.
It looks like this is a job which may tie the motorway cops up all night long. Back in Bradford, PC's Chris Spencer and Mike Rowe are still trying to bring their suspected drink driver to the station.
I'm not doing nothing wrong, they've lied to me.
They should have been on the motorway half an hour ago, but they're stuck in a supermarket car park.
Unbelievable, isn't it? We don't know over limit she is. She smells of intoxicants. We haven't had a chance to breathalyse her yet.
And the cops also have a car full of children to deal with.
It's just a vicious circle. The children are getting more upset, which is upsetting the mum more.
With the children getting increasingly stressed, Chris tries once more to reason with the driver.
Right, let's have a quick chat. Let's have a quick chat for a minute. Right, this is getting stupid now, isn't it?
Innit? Why the
Look what your
I
kids.
don't give a shit.
Right,
I wasn't being rude to you.
look what you're doing to your kids. So
No,
calm
you're
down
doing
for a
it.
second.
Why- hang up
Look
the
how
phone.
upset your kids
Shut
are.
Up.
Right.
Shut up. You're
Is that
not
a van
doing it
here?
yourself.
What I want you to do, you need to rhyme with this specimen of breath, otherwise you're going to be arrested for this as well, okay?
Go on, do it.
This is the machine
I
here.
ain't for shit. Just arrest me. Move the way.
Right,
from
that's
me.
fine then. So you failed to provide for that, okay?
Yeah.
I think I almost lost my temper at one point. But yeah, I managed to take a deep breath, get out of the car and compose myself. It was tested.
Innit? Shut up, bitch.
You are a disgrace, my love.
Ah,
this
your
is
words.
ridiculous.
You're a
The real issue there was the children. She wasn't forthcoming at all with any information. I don't think she was sober enough to give us any information.
A colleague finally arrived to look after the kids, freeing up Mike and Chris to take Mum to the station.
Don't speak to me, don't say a word. Shut the up. Is that on camera, right?
Yeah.
Cool. These need shooting and I'll swear down. They'll get what's coming to them. Don't touch me, get the seatbelt off. Don't touch me. No one's giving me a hand, so move the way.
She's a middle-aged woman. I don't want to have to be grabbing her and pulling her down the corridor. I'd much rather she came of her own fruition, because I don't want to hurt her.
No, I'm not even resisting. There you go. Tell me to get off me. I'm not even resisting.
1 hour after stopping her, the cops finally get some answers.
Found out the correct details.
Yeah, go on then.
She's a disqualified driver. So if you can further arrest her for that offence as well. Then.
Yeah. So what is the real name?
Okay, so
We found out her real name, we found out she's got history. We know then it all becomes clear, it all falls into place that this isn't her first time.
So, with the clock ticking, the cops are keen to get her breathalyzed.
We spoke to her, it's nearly an hour ago now. She is clearly drunk and driving. It could be that if this takes so long, it could go down to below that legal limit, and that evidence is lost.
But it's still another 35 minutes before they get her on the machine.
take a deep breath. Place the mouthpiece in your mouth.
Wait, I can't get it up.
You can't. As soon as this is done. Okay. Deep breath in. You only have a certain amount of time to do this.
Right, wait.
Yeah, this is one big game now, definitely. You can tell people that have been here before just to buy that extra time. With this process, it's just a matter of time. The longer it takes to get onto that machine, the more the likely it is that you'll be under the limit, and she's tried her hardest to be under that limit.
The legal limit is 35.
Oh.
The lower reading being 77.
Oh,
So you just over double the limit, aren't you?
It turns out that even though that's taken almost 2 hours, which is a phenomenal amount of time for this process, she's still 2.5 times over the limit, so it's just even more frightening about how much she was 2.5 hours ago when she had the children in the car with her.
The bottom line is it's sad for somebody to be doing that sort of thing with 4 kids in the car, gets arrested, and all of a sudden we are the most hated people in the world. For what? We've stopped you drink driving and maybe saved your life and your kid's life.
That was a satisfying clunk that night.
It's mid-morning. Motorway cops PC Alan Coleman and PC Dal Nidja are in Aston, Birmingham. As they turn a corner, a Ford Mondeo heads towards them at speed, setting off their in-car number plate reader.
Here we are, just go after that. What one, mate? Where is it? Yeah, it's the might. Just gone the other way, mate. Okay.
But by the time they turn around, the driver's nowhere to be seen.
Stop one. Stop one, mate. Stop one. When somebody makes off from you like that, you want to get them because you don't know why they're making off. You don't know if they're wanted for murder. You don't know if they've stolen the car. So you've got to initially go after them to find out what's going on.
There it is. The lights.
As it jumps a set of red lights, their suspicions are confirmed.
Oh, it's doing one, mate. Put him on.
The cops have a chase on their hands, if they can find the car.
Al thought that he'd gone straight on, but once we committed through the junction, out the corner of my eye, I could see that Mondeo.
Oh, it's gone there. It's gone over there, mate. You need to be looking down all the streets because inevitably what they do is they will duck down the first street they get. In and out, and it's just a game of cat and mice, really.
Can you get out this way? No. Yeah, it's done one on us, Pete. We've just lost it on the Cuckoo Road. We're just making back towards it, over.
PSP state vehicle described as a gold distant microfiche version plate with its
He went down here, mate.
Although PC Ninja saw it go down this road, the car could now be anywhere.
Okay.
X-ray 874 kilo alpha.
It's clear. It's keep going, mate. He went down here.
The trick is to find the driver before he dumps the car.
Yeah, there he is.
I saw a man on his mobile phone walking towards us on the path. He just didn't look right.
That's him. There's that kid back there, you know.
When we got to the end of the street and the Mondeo was dumped right on the corner, I knew it had got to be him. So I sent Dal off to get him because he can run faster than me.
Behind us, the one that's gone over there. On his phone. The one that's on his phone.
I stayed in the car just in case there was someone else maybe running down the other road. There was no one there, so I spun the car around.
Where you just come from?
Off the canal, mate.
Have you? Get in the car. No, you haven't. Get in the back. Get in the car.
What for?
Just get in the car. Mate, under arrest at the moment. Pass me the...
What for?
I think you just come from that Mondeo.
I've just come off the canal, mate, from Erdington, Wally.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Just get in the car.
His just come from the canal story is getting short shrift from PC Coleman.
Anybody see that blue Mondeo come flying down here? Nah.
I've just come off the canal, mate, from Erdington.
All right, well, if you have, you'll be sorted.
He claims to be in the dark about it all.
Yeah, right. Well, what's happened?
You just had a car make off from us. It's blue Mondeo and you've just come from it.
Yeah. Yeah, I have come from the blue Mondeo, yeah, I have, yeah.
You have, well, there you are then.
But his swift change of story does nothing to help his cause.
Well, why did you make off?
Because I got pulled in it the other week
Right.
by the traffic squad over the fucking thing in Leicester.
Yeah. It's him. He's just said it's him. Yeah.
His recent brush with the law does nothing to allay the cops' suspicions.
Where's the key, mate?
I wasn't driving it, was I?
If he'd had the keys on him, it would have given us greater suspicion that he was driving the car. We're looking to place him as the driver of the vehicle.
So if you want to search me, I've got no keys.
And he's very sure about his story.
Well, there was only one in it when he come past.
Was it? Was there? There was 2 people. Actually, there was 3 people in it.
Well, where are they then?
Well, they've gone in now.
Have they? Well, there was
Yeah,
one
always
in
a
it when you
passenger.
passed
Always
us.
a passenger, yeah.
He comes off with all this story that's, you know, oh, there's 2 of us, there's 3 of us. Well, where are they?
See, the thing is, we come round there pretty quick. There was no one else.
No one else here. Everyone else was the workers. There's no one else that stood out.
And he was doing the old I'm on the phone trick.
When we went into the industrial estate initially, there was no one else about. Not a beam. Just him on his mobile phone.
And there may be a way of proving it, one way or the other.
The only thing we can do is see what that shows us.
I looked up and saw there was a CCTV camera basically pointing right down onto the Mondeo, and I thought my luck was in there.
Well, what we'll do, mate, there's a camera right under there, so we'll see who was driving it then.
Go on then. Sound as a pound. Check your camera then.
No, the camera there where you parked the car right under
Yeah,
it.
go on then. Go and check the camera then, because I'll tell you now, I was not driving that car.
The CCTV could put him well and truly in the frame, if they can access the footage. Back in Birmingham, emotions are also running high. PCs Coleman and Ninja are still trying to prove that the man they've arrested was the driver of the car they've pursued.
There's no need to be excited.
Well, no, because you're exciting me, because I've done fuck all wrong, and you're
You're
going
getting
along,
excited. You're
I've
the
done
one
something
getting
wrong.
excited.
What have I been arrested for? That's what I want to know.
Suspicion of theft of that car.
Suspicion of theft of that car? I don't want to know. I've got nothing to say.
You've
to you.
just asked us what you're arrested for.
Yeah,
and we're
what have I
trying
been
to tell
arrested
you.
for? Suspicion of nicking my own car? Because if you go back to
Hold
your
on a
traffic
minute, you just
officers,
said
I
you were
got
a
pulled in it.
passenger in your own car?
Yeah, I got pulled in that car 2 weeks ago driving it.
As soon as he said, that's my car, then, you know, my suspicion's through the roof then. Because why are you running off from your own car?
They're hoping that the CCTV footage will prove that he was the only one in the car.
Mate, is that your camera there? Does it work?
You blew a fuse yesterday. Got 4 cameras, it's the only one that don't work.
That would have absolutely sorted it out, because I reckon if the camera had been working, we'd have saw one person get out of that car.
With the CCTV drawing a blank, their focus turns once again to the man and his story.
Yes, that is my car.
All right. Have you got the keys on you, my friend?
No, I haven't got the keys, mate, because my mate was driving the car.
Right, OK.
And PC Nidger's caught a whiff of something that could explain why he won't admit he was at the wheel.
Have you had a drink today?
No.
No, I can smell alcohol.
But I weren't... no, mate, I was at my mate's funeral yesterday. He died.
Okay.
I haven't had a drink today.
Okay.
And I haven't been driving the car today.
Right.
So there you go, mate.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Just bear with us. Watch your foot, mate. Al? What's happened, mate? That's his car. He's had a drink. That's why he's done one.
You had a drink, mate?
Oh, he's just said that, but I wasn't driving.
Right, well, I'm not asking. Well, what do you think you were driving?
I'm not breathing into that machine, mate, because I weren't driving.
you refusing?
Well, you check the camera first.
I believe you're driving the car.
No, I weren't driving that car.
Are you going to give us a breath
I'm
sample?
not going to give you a breath test because you know
Are you
what?
refusing?
Check your camera. Yeah, I am.
All right, you're also under arrest for failing to provide
That's
a
fair
sample.
enough, then. That's fair enough.
OK. Al? He's refused.
OK. That's fine. We'll search him if you've got any keys. If not, we'll get a dog.
I've searched him, he ain't got the keys.
No, should we get a dog down here?
Let's just do another search of him here.
Fuck. Bollocks, man.
Just jump out of the car a minute so we can search you. Is this another phone, is it? Got any ID in here, mate?
It is, yeah. My licence.
Provisional
licence holder.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why they took the car off me 2 weeks ago, the traffic officers, because I've only got a provisional.
Yeah.
If he was driving, this latest finding could explain why he tried to escape, to avoid him having his car confiscated a second time.
So who was driving it then? It's because you were.
Check the camera. Yeah, you got the footage.
I just felt like he was lying to us again, and if he was a law-abiding citizen, which he was saying, and he was telling the truth, then why couldn't he name this driver?
PC Coleman has one last throw of the dice.
Although I was relying on the CCTV camera quite a bit, I still had my camera in the car, the in-car camera. So I played it in the car, and in front of him, I thought, well, you know, I'm going to show him.
There's only one person in that when it comes to us.
Oh, well,
All right,
was
then.
that? Well, whatever, mate, because you know what? That's bullshit, because there was 2 people actually in that car.
There was one person.
Was there?
Yeah.
Not the best of sort of video. It would have probably needed enhancing and things like that. But initially it looked like there was only one.
You're lying, mate.
That's just on camera, mate.
Listen.
What, do you want to see it
Listen,
yourself?
well, arrest me to do what you got to do, because
Well,
at the end of the
fair
day, no dramas,
I
mate,
am
because I
bothered,
was
mate.
not driving that car, simple as that. And interview me, whatever else, take me to court, I was not driving that car.
One person.
2 people in that car,
One
mate.
person.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
Oh dear, never mind, eh?
Yeah, whatever.
I could see a driver. I could sort of see through the passenger headrest and there was no heads there. That's not to say that someone was lying down in the car, which I was expecting him to say, to be honest.
Listen, I know it was the guy come and picked me up this morning from
In
where
your
I
own
live,
car?
right? Because I've been to a funeral yesterday and he had my car.
In your own car.
Yeah. You're lying. You're a police
can I
officer
lie?
and you're lying.
It can be somewhat frustrating when people start accusing you of lying, but I'm the police officer at the end of the day. You know, I've came to this job for honesty and integrity, and I believe in those values as a police officer. Unfortunately, other members of the public that we deal with don't believe in those values at all, and he was one of these people.
You're lying. You are lying.
You're like this
no,
because
you
you know
lie.
you're wrong.
No,
I'm
listen.
just showing
If
you.
I was driving that car, I would
Just
turn
showing
around to
you.
you and say I was driving that car because I couldn't give a
showing
shit about 3 points on my licence.
It's not
But I
true,
was not
actually, is
driving
it?
it, and I'm not going to admit to something that I have not done. Simple as that. If I was driving that car, kid, I would turn around and say I was driving it.
Do I look like a kid to you?
He was upset because I think he thought he was on the back foot, and his only way of coming back at me was making accusations and getting excitable and shouting at me, basically.
Take it to court, mate.
Fine. We're all liars, by the way.
Sorry?
I've got him coming past. There's only one person in the car, and he drives past us.
Right.
But he's watched it, and he says I'm lying, and the camera's lying.
But PC Coleman knows his work is cut out finding the proof.
It's down to me to find the evidence, the facts to show that he was in that car, driving that car, and on that day, the CCTV camera that was above the vehicle would have been the best evidence.
And there's a final twist to the tale. Yet another explanation.
When we took him to the station, He came off with the fact that he was selling his car. Somebody come along and said, "I like the look of that car. Can I take it for a test drive?" So he decided to let him have a test drive, and they managed to pass us in Birmingham. At which point the chap said, "I shouldn't be driving this car, I'm disqualified." And this chap just disappeared into thin air, and he doesn't know who he was, which was a totally different story because he didn't mention that one at all when he was at the roadside. So we'd got into about our third and fourth story now.
Okay.
While the man cools off. It's not only the elderly attracted to these parts. Brighton also sees one or two famous faces. And so occasionally do the traffic cops round here.
We stopped Jordan the other day. Yeah. Her number plate was illegal. Oh yeah, I gave her a ticket. That's probably... That's the white Range Rover over there. That's probably her.
Extraordinarily, the same celebrity is the focus of attention again.
You can't get a more distinctive car, come on. And I thought, ooh, I bet you that is Katie Price.
The personalised number plate reveals that it is.
They're very good number plates, they're really cool. They spell out Bossy and then KT.
Unfortunately, they're illegal. The spaces between the numbers and letters don't conform to the regulations.
It's such a small world that me and Ray would get the same person for the same offence within 3 weeks, randomly. No, she doesn't even live in Brighton.
As well as the plates, there's another problem.
You're kidding me?
No.
No insurance.
You must have insurance.
Well, it didn't come up with no insurance last time.
No.
So I reckon it might have expired and then she's...
We needed to check because if she didn't have insurance, then we sure as hell were going to take her car away.
Oh. Well, no, there's a couple of things I need to talk to you about. Do you want to pull up here?
I'm fine. What is it? Sorry.
Well, one, there's no insurance on it. It doesn't show there's no insurance on the car.
Shall we pull up to the lay-bys? In the National, it's quite quiet up there, and there's lay-bys. Yeah,
Well, pull up
okay.
wherever you like.
Don't be fussy with us.
What's going to happen to Katie next is...
If we stop anybody, we'll go in to stop somebody, and they've committed a road traffic offence, then we will do an insurance check on them. And I was absolutely horrified for this lady who earns all this money and is in the media's eye every day, came back with no insurance. Quite surprised to see us because she said, "Oh, it's you two again." We said, "Yes, it's about your number plate again." And she'd explained to us that she'd had number plates redone. She'd already received a letter from DVLA, and her brother was going to put the new number plates on the back of the car for her, but he hadn't done yet.
The car's showing no insurance. Do you know your insurance company?
Yeah, I'll do it now. Can you close my door? Sit in here with me, please. I don't want to...
I'll sit in there with you, then,
Please
okay?
don't make this awful. I don't want to be on camera.
All right, I'll sit in here with you. Yeah, I can understand that. I understand.
PC Dowman doesn't normally make a habit of indulging his clients, but this one seems to be a bit camera shy.
I only got in the car because of her privacy, and I didn't want to bring her out onto the road because obviously members of the public would start taking photographs of her.
But Katie's a celebrity, and it's time to get out of there, even if that means taking PC Dowman with her.
We had to tell her that, you know, if she did drive away, then obviously she's committed another offence. But I don't think she would have gone off. She was just annoyed that you were from BBC and she was contracted to ITV.
All this fuss. She's on camera all day, every day. Because you're not paying her, that's why.
You know, I've been kidnapped by Katie Price was a story that I could have told.
Despite the number plate not conforming to the standard, it was still picked up by the camera in the police car. The insurance information that pings up on the computer screen is then usually perfect, but there is a tiny window where it can be not quite up to date.
Someone organises it for her, so they might have done it. And it's just this case that the system hasn't been updated.
She phoned her mum up, who actually organises all of her insurance, and it wasn't clear that the insurance at that time had been purchased for that vehicle. We decided to give her a producer and ask her to produce the details to a police station of her choice within 7 days.
Katie Price was able to prove she had valid insurance after all. Her real trouble is she's having to make sure her personalised number plate is legal.
All right then. Have a safe journey home. Yeah, well. See ya.
Why should a celebrity be allowed to have an illegal number plate? Why should they be allowed to speed or have no insurance or do anything? Why should I not deal with that? So she was treated the same as you or I would expect to be treated.
On the other side of Brighton, colleagues of PC Goddard's, PC's Ian Upperton and Tony Omatoso have come across one more biker riding his luck. Only this one's on a bicycle, and he hasn't got any lights.
We've got a reflector on the back of that, has it?
In fact, he's not bothered about any lights.
Go for a red light now.
Excuse me, do you want to stop there? Do you want to stop there?
I feel someone coming in custody very shortly.
The initial intention was to give him a toot, get his attention, turf him off the bike and make him walk home, and point out the dangers to him, but unfortunately we didn't get the opportunity because he's just totally ignored us.
I want a bike, it's Saturday night.
Having lights at night is a requirement of the Highway Code, while riding a bike on the pavement has been illegal since the law was enacted in 1835.
Okay? Saturday night and this is what you do. I'm a cyclist.
Listen, just listen. As soon as someone says to you, go away, I'm not going to speak to you, you know straight away there is going to be a problem.
We've got every right to stop you because you're committing a road traffic offence.
Do something useful.
You've got no rear reflector, you've got no lights on your bike, you've been
Saturday night in Brighton.
You're also gone for a red light and you're also on the pavement. So
on the red light, I went through it as it went green.
No,
I went
that's
here because I don't have
rubbish.
lights. I cycled here because I
You've
don't
got
have a
three
light.
offences. 3 offences. Let's discount your red light, yeah?
So what do you want to do?
And failing to stop for a police officer when required to do so. 4 offences.
Right.
Should we start again?
Well, what do you want to do about it?
No, should we start again?
No, I'm asking you what you want to do about it.
Put it before the court if you've got that attitude that you've got total disregard for the police.
So, what you're actually accusing me of is not offences but disregard for the police. That is not an offence, mate.
Forget that.
No, that's what you
offences.
said. It's not an offence to have disregard for the police.
Oh, people talk themselves into trouble all the time.
We're not going to argue about that. The argument about whatever it is, about you committing road traffic offences and not stopping when required to do so. Why didn't you stop? No, why didn't you stop?
I'm cycling home.
What makes you different from any other person using the road?
What makes you so underemployed? You have to harass me because I'm on a bike.
Right.
You don't get very often a pedal cyclist failing to stop for a marked police vehicle, in particular a traffic car.
Examine your actions, mate.
Yeah.
What are you doing? All right, nick me then. It's going to make you feel good, is it?
Not really.
No backlight, cycling to pavement.
Yeah, and then you're on the road when you went through the junction on a red light in dark clothing.
You're having a laugh, mate. You know you're
and you're drunk as well.
No, I'm not drunk.
You are?
Why am I drunk? Because I'm older.
No, because you're not reasonable, are you? You're not talking to me normally.
You're defining reasonable because I'm not agreeing with you. It doesn't make me drunk. I don't agree with you.
You absolutely stink a bit.
We are not going to waste our time, okay, in stopping people for no reason. That's something we don't do.
That's my real offence, isn't it? Because I'm not giving you respect. That's what you don't like.
Forget the respect. That's immaterial.
That's not. That's your principal concern. That's what you're really on about. I'm not giving you respect.
My concern is you are drunk in charge of a pedal cycle in dark clothing, riding through a red traffic light with no lights on your bike.
I'm not drunk in charge of a pedal cycle. I didn't go through a red light.
You're not sober.
And if people up the ante straight away, there's no way you can be nice and talk to them on a low level and try and let them off with a warning because it's just not productive.
The man was going to get a slap on the wrist, but now it seems he's talked himself into trouble.
You will be reported for going through a red traffic light, cycling with no lights on your bike, failing to stop for police. Okay, we forget the drunk in charge, shall we? I'm not going to argue about it. Okay, you'll be reported for those offences and receive a summons. Okay, or we could deal with it by way of a fixed penalty ticket at the roadside, which will save you going to the court.
No.
What's that?
I said no. I'm not having a fixed penalty ticket.
You want to go to court, do you?
Yeah. No,
okay. Fair enough.
Okay, what's your full name? What's your full name?
Arrest me? On what ground? No, seriously.
You will be arrested.
I'm going to walk away from here unless you tell me what
you're going to
You
arrest
are
me
required to give your name and address so
No,
we
I'm
can
not.
serve a second. You are,
yes,
because
you are.
you've committed road traffic offence.
No, I don't agree I have.
Whether you agree or not, you are required to do so. Okay. If you fail to give us those addresses, you will be arrested.
I find it fascinating that people, especially of mature years, of behave in the way they do.
You guys are...
Right, so what's your name then, sir?
The game with the cyclist, who was on his way home from the pub, ignoring the lights, hasn't yet got a winner.
Give me your full name.
Give the details, or you're going to be arrested and spend the evening in the cell until you sober up to the point where you give us your details.
What am I going to be arrested for?
We can't serve a summons, can we? We don't know who you are, we don't know where you live.
Why do you need to give me a summons?
Because you won't accept a fixed penalty ticket at the roadside.
Because I didn't do anything wrong. I went through light as
Excuse me?
I went through light.
Where are the lights on this
Where are
bike?
the lights on there?
You can't leave a light on bike, so they nicked me.
No, have you got lights on the bike now when you're riding it? No. So don't even go there. You're in the wrong. Just.
But why? Why are you doing this? It's a Saturday night in Brighton, and you're doing this.
Okay, because you're drunk, I will explain
I'm
it
not
to you.
drunk, mate.
Yeah, you are drunk.
Don't patronise me.
You are drunk.
Why are you doing this? I know what goes on in Brighton, and what are you doing?
It's called road safety.
No,
it's preventing a crash.
That time of night, there wasn't a lot of pedestrians around. However, he was a danger to himself. That's really what we're there for, is to stop people being injured and killed on our roads.
Is it? And they unclip off the road. Excuse me for a second.
Curiously, someone else hasn't bothered with lights either.
Don't go away.
Just a word of warning for this one, though.
A car is a lot safer to be in. If you're struck in a car, you've got, on modern cars, airbags and what have you. But on a bike, you've got nothing.
If I don't give you my name,
you're going to be arrested.
It's very simple.
Because we cannot serve a summons or issue a fixed penalty ticket because you don't want to accept a fixed penalty ticket. So we can't deal with the matter for which we have stopped you.
Once again, the threat of arrest has done the trick. He's still not accepting a ticket, but he's owned up to who he is.
Right, what's your full name, please?
My name's Richard Hodgson.
We really don't want to take a drunk cyclist into custody for, at the start of it, having no lights on their bike, which is what it boiled down to, the initial reason we were going to speak with him.
I've just cycled through Brighton. I see all
You
sorts of things
clearly
going on
went
that
through a
time.
red light, which
No, I
you're
didn't go
arguing
through a red
about.
light.
You did go through a red
No, I
light.
didn't.
And
Right.
if you go through a red light,
I did
there's a
not
good
go through a
chance
red
you're
light.
going to meet a vehicle coming the other way.
I did not go through a red light.
Despite his protestation, the cyclist did go through the lights on red. Although when he actually crossed the junction, they had changed to green.
It was one of those situations which was silly and should never have happened. If we'd got his attention before he'd gone through the red light, it would have been, look mate, you've got no lights, get yourself on the pavement and walk it, keep yourself alive. Whereas it never got that opportunity. It was, he'd actually upped the ante straight away by the first comment I think he made to Tony when we were driving past. Oh, you've got something better to do. At that time, we didn't.
It's game over. The cops have won.
Okay, good night.
He was told to walk and not repeat his offences, and he toddled off up the road, pushing his bike.
And fed up with lycra louts, Brighton magistrates decided to make an example of the late-night cyclist. They fined him for running a red light, cycling on the pavement, not stopping for the cops, and riding without lights. A total of £700 plus £215 in costs. In Portsmouth, the traffic cops are on the prowl, hunting for cars to turn into tin cans. PC's Nick Elcombe and John Lansley are going to look in a place they know well.
What we're doing now is just moving into Buckland, which is another area of Portsmouth. Another residential housing estate. It's not very big, but a lot of people live here.
This was my first beat when I arrived in Portsmouth after my probation. I knew I'd arrived. A fridge lobbed off the balcony at me. I said to him, I'm not allowed to accept gifts, it's an integrity issue.
We do have fun, we do bicker. I suppose we're a bit like a married couple sometimes. But we get on and do the job.
The job means looking for the telltale signs which say this motorist shouldn't be on the road.
That Renault 19 that's 2 cars in front of us. It looks interesting.
Seeing this Renault 19 with the driver that looked very uncomfortable, he was leaning forward in the seat as if he hadn't set the seat right. It just looked strange. It stopped of its own accord. I got out and spoke with the driver.
There's nothing wrong with just stopping him and just having a chat. Saying hello.
One thing you learn about John very quickly is that his sixth sense very rarely lets him down.
Hello, mate. How's it going? How's it going? You all right? Fantastic. It's all right. It's just a check, just to make sure you got all your driving documentation and stuff. Have you got it with you?
No documentation on me.
Have you got anything on you at all?
No, not at all.
No, is it your car registered to yourself?
Yeah, it's registered to me, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, you got a full driving licence?
No. Yeah, I've got a full driving licence, yes, mate.
Yeah, okay. You got insurance to drive it?
Yeah. Right, get through, mate.
Yeah. No, I can do that. Okay, because you haven't got any documents at the moment, I'm going to ask you to produce them within 7 days.
7 days, yeah, Christy.
Okay. You anything to drink at all, sir?
No, mate. Why?
No, just asking.
No, it's too early, mate.
You'll be surprised.
I've got my little boy in the car, mate. Come on. Stupid question to ask me, isn't it?
What's your address?
What's the address, babe? New address.
89.
I don't know my address. Okay, you're ringing alarm bells now. There is something you're not telling me.
You can go and check round there if you want, mate. We should live at 8 Dartmouth Road.
Okay, first of all, I'm not your mate.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. I don't know you.
Oh, you've got problems.
I haven't got a problem.
Problems, ain't you?
The little chat is heading in an all too familiar direction, towards another illegal driver.
I knew where this job was going. I was looking at seizing this person's vehicle.
Oi, mate, Christy.
If I become too friendly with them, I don't want them to suddenly retaliate when I've got my guard down.
Henry, when did you get your licence?
When I get your licence back, we'll look at.
Right, okay. Call into the computer. Okay, call into the PNC. Right, hold on. This vehicle doesn't have any insurance.
Well, it ain't got nothing. Well, Hill House Hammond then. Yeah, look, I've seen this all before.
Okay, all right. This vehicle doesn't have insurance. You're shown as a non-licence holder on the computer. Okay, under a DVLA, Driver Vehicle Licensing Agency.
Yeah.
Okay, what is going to happen?
Yeah.
Okay, because you're unlicensed and you have no insurance, is I'm going to seize your car.
He was expecting a 7-day wonder. He was expecting me to give him a notice to say, come on, produce your documents in 7 days.
In order to go and collect the vehicle, it's going to cost you £105.
What?
Plus £12 every day it's in
What
storage.
Why are you doing that to me for then? Why can't you get my mum to come
Okay.
and collect it now then?
All right.
Why are you doing that? I ain't done nothing wrong to you ever. Why are you doing that to me for?
Because you are driving without a licence and
How?
driving
How
without
Because
insurance.
they've said it on DVLA.
Well, yeah, DVLA, the
What,
driving
because they've said
vehicle.
that?
He'd probably only paid £20, £40 for that vehicle, maybe a little. He might even paid £100 for the vehicle. And now I was telling him he was going to have to pay £105 to get that vehicle back and £12 a day for the next 14 days while it would be there.
This is shit. I'm having a fag now. You're going to breathalyse me, aren't you? I'm having a fag. No, you're fine. See, that's what bullshit you are.
Back on the Buckland estate, Henry Willis, the unlicensed, uninsured driver, is adamant that the Renault 19 is his.
So why haven't you registered it in your name then?
It's registered, isn't it?
Yeah, it's registered, but not in your name.
Yeah, why ain't it registered?
Oh no, you tell me. You're the one with the document.
I know how to sort all this stuff out. My logbook has been sent off, so this ain't got there for a while, but it is in my, should be in my name.
It's just what the cops wanted to hear, because it means they can now have it taken away and destroyed immediately.
It's not about being clever.
Take it, it's no take.
That's fine.
Take it.
It's fine.
Jack, take my car, crossing it. Jack. Yeah.
I want you to produce a
Taking the car away.
driving licence and insurance.
Is that Red Bull?
Okay, at Portsmouth Central Police
Yeah.
Station. Okay, you know the score. If you fail to produce it, you do commit further offence. Understand
Fail
that?
produce what? You're just going to go to court about it, innit?
Okay.
Just get a band.
Right. The second one, you're saying you're the owner. Hold on. You're saying you're the owner of this vehicle, okay, and you're happy for it to be disclaimed.
Well, if it
okay,
wasn't,
to
you'd
the
be
police.
arresting me, wouldn't you? So why are
No.
you just doing all this properly? You never do this any other time. You never in front
This
of
power,
camera.
this power is
You
only.
never. You don't do this normally, do you, though?
He kept talking all the time. It was just non-stop.
Okay. He just says that you're disclaiming all rights and property of the vehicle.
He might be the one that actually runs someone over, and because he doesn't have insurance, he's got something to hide, he'll run. And he'll run away. And he won't stand up for his actions.
Got another browning point for me. Say, look at you. Remember my face, innit? Just remember my face. Next time, I'm not stopping, right? Next time, but just remember it. You ain't a face off.
Having had to suffer over the years where I've had to see people driving away, knowing full well that there's nothing further I can do to stop them, to actually see their reaction when they're not driving away, I have to say was somewhat gratifying.
Remember he was saying about having the logbook sent off? It's not in his name. There's the logbook. It's the full logbook.
As it was taken and crushed anyway. As was the car belonging to the man who would not stop talking. He was also fined £140 for having no tax or insurance and given 8 points on his licence. Back in Warrington, there's another motorist who needs to be checked out to see if he has been drinking beyond the limit. PC's Davis and Day are on his case, observing his erratic driving.
It's an extremely early indication for the Shell garage, isn't it?
From a safe distance.
Oh, he's all over the road as well. Just positioning for his left turn.
The driver's trying to dodge the cops in the sanctuary of another petrol station.
I just thought there's something just not right with that car, so we pulled onto the forecourt after it, parked up.
You're going to wait till he comes out?
I went over to speak to the driver, and I could tell with the way he was looking at me straight away. He'd had a drink, his eyes were glazed, and you know, his speech was all over the place.
You smell alcohol in your breath. He followed you down the road and he was weaving slightly in the lane, okay? We're required to provide him with a sample of breath for analysis. Okay,
the man's not alone. His companions have almost certainly been drinking as well.
Come out the way of everybody coming out the... Don't want to embarrass you. How many have you had, mate? In all honesty.
Back to that. I just wanted him away from the car, really, with the other 3 people in. So if you don't split them up, it goes up like a bottle of pop.
The man claims he's only drunk a pint and a half.
That's fine, that, mate. Cheers. It's gone to green, it's gone to amber, and it's gone to red. Though you've provided me with a positive sample of breath at the roadside. Yeah. You're under arrest for that offence, okay. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when question something which later on in court. Anything you say may be given in evidence. The guy was quite calm, was having a chat with him, and I arrested him, obviously for the excess alcohol offence and caution. Put him in the back of the car. Right, because are any of you able to drive this car now? Have you all had a drink, yeah?
None of the passengers are fit to drive the car.
How far have you got to go? We're going to have to park the car.
They've got a problem. How to get home now?
One of the women in the back, she was saying she had no money to get home, and he was saying he wanted to give her a few quid, so I thought, well, we'll let her have a quick word and pass some money over.
Hang on. No, but why'd you do... Hang on, don't fucking take me home. I'll fucking get a taxi.
Calm down.
Oh,
Calm down.
take me home.
Rose! Calm yourself down. All right.
You wasn't saying that.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Morris, why'd you do that? Tell her.
Get a taxi. Get to the station, right?
Morris, get your head down.
Listen, we've got to go. Okay, we've got to go.
Yeah, I don't know where I am. I can...
Rose, get a taxi from here.
Go and give a phone call in there.
Just a minor road traffic, stop check. Results in the driver being arrested, you'd think that'd be the end of the matter.
Morris, just get your head down.
That's what he's going to do. Hey, whoa! What are you doing?
Because you've got props out.
All right,
in your
listen,
hair.
go away.
You've got yours, you dickhead.
Can you look after it? Can you look after
Don't
these,
start
mate?
with me. I've got 4 kids.
Come on.
In my fucking...
Come on.
Yeah.
Go and get a taxi. Don't.
Don't, me Anson!
Don't. All right, don't do it.
If you've got to get into a confrontation with someone, you're better off with it being a bloke, because it ends up being a wrestling match where you just use what you've been taught and you can restrain them and that. But with it being a woman in that situation, obviously a middle-aged woman, I was conscious of the fact that, you don't want to hurt her.
Rose! You're under arrest being drunk and disorderly, right? She's been a whack, you know what I mean?
Well, it was a bit of a calamity, really, because it just made our job so much harder.
Rose, be quiet, please. Jimmy, behave yourself. Phil, take her away from sight of it. Hey, mate, take her to the police station. Get out of the way. Let Rose, pack it in.
I can't get a taxi. You haven't even done nothing wrong.
Sort of takes you aback, but there again, dealing with drunks, you should never be surprised by what they do.
I know you. What's she done, mate?
Nothing, I've done nothing.
The drunk driver's drunk girlfriend is under arrest, but only just under control. But that could all change as some bystanders seem to want to get involved.
Oh, I can't believe it.
Luckily, some local bobbies have arrived to help. but they're not in time to save PC Day from getting a kicking.
I was trying to get the door shut on her legs and the doors were coming out. So I was, get your legs in, get your legs in. I just managed to, but she caught me in the mouth. It's the indignity of it, isn't it, being kicked? You know, it's not nice, but whoever does it. But a middle-aged woman kicking you in the jaw, like, it's not very nice.
At the police station in Warrington, they're still hard at it. The man caught drinking and driving at the garage and his drunken girlfriend, Rose, have arrived for their turn to be processed. The driver is going to be tested on the station's intoximeter machine to verify the positive breath sample he gave earlier.
Try and make it as painless as possible, mate.
Fortunately, his attitude is sweeter than Rose's.
Listen, you're in a police station, act accordingly, grow up, you're a grown woman, and behave yourself, all right? Your stuff is in custody. No, you cannot.
Thanks very much for your help. Bye-bye.
Because you are in custody and your bag is in property. That's the way things work in a police station.
So you're licking my property?
Oh, why'd you have to do it? Just calm down.
If she carries on, we'll shut the door. She doesn't want the door shut.
Do you want me to shut that door?
I need a cigarette.
You're not having a cigarette?
No smoking.
Right, well, sit down and be good then. Behave yourself.
Checked with the DVLA on the phone, and we've got an instant link with their records. And he's a provisional licence holder. He's got no right to drive anyway, obviously without having L plates and a qualified driver beside him. At this stage, we don't know whether any of them are qualified or not, but I think that's the least of his worries.
Then you want to talk to me, which is it? You can't have a cigarette, you're in custody. You can't have one.
You're so reasonable. Where's your tie?
She ripped it off.
She's deadly pride.
Yeah, she's upset me.
No?
Excuse me.
I've been kicked in the face by a woman before.
4 foot 9.
So what's happened to Morris?
He's blowing on the machine. He's giving us 2 samples of breath.
Pardon?
He's giving us 2 samples of breath for analysis. Analysis. Testing his breath.
She was just getting more and more irate. She wouldn't calm down at all. Nothing you could say or do would placate the woman. She was impossible.
What's going on there? What's going on? I don't know what's going on.
Calm down.
No, you can't hear me. I don't know what's going on.
This is one Rose that has definitely got thorns.
This particular woman, nothing I said worked. I'm usually quite good at calming people down. She was like a 4-year-old. Yeah, she really needs to grow up, I think.
We'll get your process as soon as we can, Kevin. All right.
Rose, just keep quiet.
3.
All right.
We are number 3. Right.
For me, yeah, just keep quiet. Well,
The driver seems relatively sober compared to his girlfriend. Nevertheless, the intoximeter machine says he is over the limit.
68 and 66, so indicates the amount of alcohol he's got in him is dropping, but he's still nearly twice the legal limit for breath alcohol.
So he will no doubt be losing his licence for a period of time.
She was kicking the door of the Shell garage.
Now it's Rose's turn to be charged.
I had to grip up. Just a minute, will you?
I didn't do that.
Just listen to what he's saying. You get your chance to reply at the end, all right?
I had to grab up, take physical control of her. She smelt strongly of alcohol. She was certainly drunk and disorderly. And I arrested her for that offence.
I didn't do that.
Placed her in the back of a police vehicle.
Did you hear what he? You're lying. I'm not discussing it with you. Did you hear what he said to me?
Yeah.
Right. Those
I
are the
did not kick no doors. Go to the garage and I didn't kick any doors.
Those are the reasons why he's arrested you, and I'm going to authorise your detention here then, until a time when you're sober enough to understand what's going on. All right?
I do understand what's going on. I didn't do. You're a liar. You are.
I forgot to mention the fact that you kicked me in the face as well.
No, I didn't kick. Yeah, that was because you were pushing me in the car.
Oh, so you did kick me in the face
Yeah,
then?
well, look
Calm
at
down.
me hand.
Calm down.
Calm down. Calm down. You push.
What's your surname?
I can say from experience that alcohol-fueled violence is certainly on the increase. In fact, I would probably go as far as to say that the women can be worse than blokes can be, because you just can't calm down then when they get irate about something, and it's difficult to deal with.
Well, what are you locking me up for? What's the charge then?
Drunk and disorderly. I told you that 10 times. Don't
You
point at
started all
me.
he started all the trouble.
No, but he's not drunk or disorderly, and you are.
Yeah.
Number 8.
Because of dickhead there, that's what you're doing it for, isn't it?
That's not nice.
That's what you're doing it for.
He
It
didn't
counts,
say
isn't
anything
it?
to you, did he?
Don't. Come on.
If you don't come with me, I will drag you there.
Bloody disgrace, you man.
I'm a disgrace.
Don't start.
Don't pinch me hand.
I'm not pinching your hand. I was amazed by the way she was behaving. It was ridiculous.
I'm not going in there. I'm not even done out. I'm not going. You're not rocking me.
It took 4 of us just to restrain her, really, just to get her in the cell.
I'm not staying in it. Oh, please don't. Oh, you fucking shit. You fucking
Not a satisfied customer. It was all my fault. I like you, mate. Don't worry about it.
The intoxicated driver, who only had a provisional licence and was found to be almost twice the legal limit, was banned from driving for 16 months and fined £640. After a night in the cells, his girlfriend was given a fixed penalty notice of £40 for being drunk and disorderly. Just a few miles away from PC's Coleman and Nidja lies the M6 motorway. It's one of the busiest routes in Europe, but congestion often leads to delays, frustration and angry drivers. Near Cannock, PC's Chris Clark and Kevin Shale have just received a report of road rage.
Say items have been thrown at another vehicle, or is it just verbal abuse?
Yes, abuse and items thrown, but traces on a found to the actual colour.
Details are still sketchy, but the two cars are still nose to tail, travelling at speed.
Soft items, obviously. Well, see whether or not there's any allegations of damage in a minute. But, had a phone call that made to the control room that there's been an altercation between the occupants of two vehicles whilst the vehicles were moving, as I gather. It's alleged that there's been items thrown from one vehicle towards another, so we're just going to go and see if there's anything in that and see whether or not there's any damage caused to the vehicle.
Road rage is an increasing problem on our streets, but cases on the motorway are few and far between.
It is unusual, a little bit of antisocial behaviour on the motorway.
When they do occur, the motorway cops have a tough job simply finding the guilty parties.
Incidents of road rage are very often phoned through to the control room, and I'll be perfectly honest, trying to locate another vehicle in a busy motorway is very, very difficult. So the number of times you actually isolate and stop and deal with the incident is actually quite slim.
But this case is different. The driver who's complained about the items being thrown at his car has stayed behind the man who upset him, and the two cars are heading their way.
So all we're going to do now is just sit tight here for a moment and wait for them to come to us.
There is. Has he blown his own?
Yeah.
The victim of the road rage is travelling in a black Audi.
We'll see what it's all about.
And he's passed on details of the other car, a grey Ford Focus, which the motorway cops are now pulling over.
Yeah, he's stopping behind us as well.
Do you want to have a word with the Audi driver and I'll go and have a word with the...
Most cases of road rage are hard to prove. It's one driver's word against the other, leaving the cops with a difficult search for the truth.
I'll do that. Right. We've stopped you because it's been alleged, or we've had a phone call, it's been alleged that there's been some sort of altercation between yourself and another vehicle.
No, there's a black Audi that overtook on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a bit
Yes.
And, true to form, the driver is claiming it's the other man who's to blame.
I tried to have him believe that there was nothing really going on. I didn't know what to believe at that time. I had an open mind.
The other driver is travelling with his family and is giving a different version of events to PC Clark.
It started off lights on full beat for about a quarter of a mile. I didn't react to that, so then he pulled on the inside of us, came level, hand on the horn constantly, didn't react to that, started laughing. Jenny started laughing because Francesca was getting scared, so we tried to defuse it, you know? I then said to her, just go like that to him. That's when I think it really got to him. He couldn't get to me.
I face everybody puts a little bit of spin on what they tell the police. So you deal with it and listen to every aspect of it and try and understand what might have happened, picking out the truth.
Then he got the can of drink and he's holding it. I'll tell you exactly what it was. It's like the, not Red Bull, but the green and yellow version.
Like Relentless or something like that.
Good look at it. Next thing I know, he's thrown it, bounced off the roof of the car, landed in the outside lane. I know a lot of your job is common sense and take it for what it's worth, but I cannot see how throwing a projectile on a motorway is not an arrestable offence.
The problem people have is that they don't really understand the law. They seem to think that any offence you arrest people for. That's not necessarily the case.
There are certain laws, okay, which we could perhaps be looking at as far as the Public Order Act. Yeah,
Driving without due care and attention. Well, is an item. Where is it? What exactly is he doing? As he's throwing a, you can't use a mobile phone on the motorway, but you can open your window, stick two fingers up, pick up a can of drink. Is that not driving without due care and attention? Is it not dangerous driving? The fact that he was at home, I'd have to prove it.
It's dangerous driving. When you calm down a minute.
You have to accept the fact, as a police officer, a lot of the people you speak to are upset. He's been involved in something which has frightened him and upset him, and you make allowances for that.
Another difficult we're faced with is...
My word against his.
Partly your word against his.
Has he admitted throwing the can?
He's denied any knowledge of any altercation at all at the moment.
Yes, really?
Yeah. But from having spoken to yourself now, because when I spoke to him, I had only one side of the story. Yeah, sure. So I'm going to go back and speak to him, have him in my police vehicle, and then we'll have a further chat with him, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay. All right, my colleague takes some details from himself. All right.
The least I'll do is I'll put him through a day in court. But he's going to think about what he's done. You two slapping his hand. He'll go down the pub tonight and go, oh yeah, I did this, this and this. The police come, they never nicked me. I've just got a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
I'm not having that. I'll put him through a day in court.
Yeah.
He's very calm now, isn't he? I think you should nick him now.
20 miles north on the M6, PC Shales questioning the driver accused of throwing objects at another car.
Right, having spoken to the gentleman, the driver of the other vehicle, obviously you said that there was an Audi that's undertaking you, and I'm presuming that's the same vehicle that's stopped behind
I think
us.
it's him, yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah, he's doing about 80, 90 inside lane.
Okay. And you've done absolutely nothing in response to that at all?
Well, flash my lights, that's it.
The driver of the other vehicle is alleging that you've pulled alongside him and stuck up two fingers at him, opened your driver's window, and then thrown a can which has hit his car and then bounced off his car. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Has he got any proof, any evidence for that?
As the cops know, it's one man's word against another's.
The trouble is, when it comes to the law, is sometimes there's a bit of a difference between what actually happened and what you can prove.
Yeah. It's all about what you can prove.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And what it'll end up coming down to...
So he can't prove I undertook it.
Physical evidence is going to be nil.
But back in the police car, the man under pressure from PC Shale is now changing his story.
I remember I shook my hand, that's it.
What did you throw at his vehicle? So he's given me a fairly good description of what he's seen you throw.
Well, yes, I did open the window and I just threw a can out the window.
You threw a can out the window, drinks can. And what do you think justifies that?
I was just annoyed that he was open.
But at the end of the day, OK, on this occasion, it's caused no damage to his vehicle. That response, your response there, is totally a total overreaction, and I would argue that it puts people's lives at risk. The driver of the Focus really was out of order in what he did. It was potentially dangerous. It was certainly idiotic. You know, for you to throw anything at another vehicle is a gross overreaction.
But has he any proof of that?
Well,
my word against it.
Well, you've admitted to me as well that you've thrown the item at him, which is under caution and is admissible in court. I felt he was being very stupid. Yeah, he'd already made an admission to us after initial denials. And you never win any friends when you lie to the police.
I'll apologise to him and shake his hand if he wants, but...
I'll convey that. He's very irate at the moment, and I don't think that would be a particularly good thing to bring you two face to face at the moment. But I'll just certainly convey your apologies. OK.
It's now clear who's done what to who. But what's less clear is what the cops can do about it.
It's not a straightforward case. There's no such thing as road rage as an offence in itself. So we have to utilise other parts of the law to try and get best result.
PC Shale has decided on a course of action.
With the information that's available to me, I have to make a decision. So I don't propose that I should be dealing with the Under the Road Traffic Act. It'd be more than likely under the Public Order Act.
He's not being arrested, but he is being reported for his abusive and threatening behaviour. The other driver is given news of the decision by PC Clark.
He's accepted it now. Don't worry, he's been told what's what. And he's going to be dealt with by way of the law. If you're happy with that...
Yeah, I am. Thank you.
You can sign that for me.
The hot-tempered driver, who threatened another, had to report to a police station where he received an official police caution and a police record.